like to introduce you to the Litty Show, the Litty Show. It's the Litty Show, the Litty Show. It's the Litty Show, the Litty Show.
You know the vibes. My name is Litty Willie, and today I got one of the hardest working, honorable, interesting, intelligent, giving, motivating person I know. This man's an amazing father, an honorable businessman, the man, not a myth, but the legend, Robi motherfucking Joe.
What's up, Willie?
You making your own noise?
Hey, man, that's the crowd, man. The people in the back, man, they celebrating, they cheering, man. They happy to see us back on the camera again, man. What's going on with you, big bro?
It's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing.
Sir.
It's a blessing. God bless that we sitting here together still. We still working together.
Yes, indeed.
I want to start it off.
Okay.
Straight off the head.
Let's go.
Robi, you started by I say we're on season 8. I called the Litty Show season 8 because I'm on season 8. You started with us in season 3. Season 1, I call it the couch era.
Okay.
Season 2, I call it the introduction to the studio era. And then season 3 is where you started with us, or with me, I should say, because I mean us was a team, but I'm the only one still rolling on this hill. Pre-COVID, how does it feel to be here today after 5 years?
It definitely feels better than being dead. No, I'm playing. I mean, it's been a blessing. It's been a journey. It's been a mission. It's been a breakthrough. It's been a transformation. It's been a challenge.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you know, we've grown. We've came. We saw. We've conquered. We've lost. We've lived. We've elevated. We've continued. So I'm grateful for all the lessons, all the bridges burned, all the lessons learned. You feel me? Like I'm grateful to be here, bro.
It's amazing, bro. Because I you know we sometimes live so fast in life that we don't understand. Like, first of all, life's short, as cliche as it may sound, but we've accomplished and done so much in the past 5 years as a team and individually in this whole entertainment business. And you know, you taught me this, which sometimes sit back and look and see. And before I interviewed you again today, I was just watching all the things that we did, and you know, and still going. So if the people don't know you, if they haven't been watching my episodes, I want to do a quick as a recap of Robi Joe's life. You know how you watch a season of a show and it's a recap of if you missed last episode. So born and raised in Homestead?
No. Well, I was born and raised. Well, I was born in Miami, but yeah, you could say I was raised in Homestead. Yes.
Okay, so you came to Homestead at what age? Because you were born in Miami.
Man, because our family traveled around. About the age that I remember is about like 4 or 5 being down here in Homestead.
Yeah. Okay. And that was Leisure City, just so y'all know, because we're from Homestead.
LC, man, Leisure City, man. Not Homestead, Leisure City.
And there's a fine line, because we're in the some people will call this where we're at right now Leisure City, but then the deep down people will be like, no, that's Modelo.
Technically, yes, because there are little sections, like Naranja has different sections like Modelo, but you know, for the people in the generic space, they will call it like Leisure City, Homestead, Naranja, you know. But if you know, you know.
So growing up in Leisure City, Robi, talk to me. How was the grow up? How was the Robi Joe experience?
I mean, it definitely was different than how I live now. Of course, you know, regular knucklehead stuff, finding different things to get into and get in trouble about, you know, trying to explore the world as a young person. Definitely was a quiet individual for the most part of my life, just, you know, ducked off, focused on my studies, my academics, that kind of thing. And when I could, like, you know, get into video games or hang out with the homies on the block, that kind of thing, the little friends at that time. But nothing too major, regular childhood, growing up in the house, you know, with siblings, that kind of thing.
And are you the youngest of all siblings?
I'm the youngest boy or male in our family, but I have 2 younger sisters.
So how was it being the younger boy growing up? Was it rough? Did you get bullied a lot? Did you get lessons?
No, not necessarily,
No?
because our family, we had like a different kind of dynamic growing up.
Okay.
So I didn't meet like my older sisters and brothers until they came from Haiti when I was about like 14, because they had the whole green card visa thing going on. So they lived out there for a portion of time, and I didn't meet them till I was about like 14, I think. So in the house it was just me and my brother Kimmy as far as the boys, and I had like
Shout out to Kim.
I had like my sisters were here, like five of them were here.
Wow. So how many of you guys?
So it's 10 in total. The Haitians ain't had no TV.
And one thing about it, so I'm gonna give you a good Robi Joe fact.
Here we go.
Him and his family, I call it the Joseph smile. These guys and women have you guys are like poster board smiles, like.
Oh, interesting. Appreciate it.
No, you've heard it. Come on, don't be humble. Don't be humble.
I can't thank you for bidding me a compliment.
But do you agree with me, with your whole family? Like, you guys got a good smile.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And who's that come from, mom or dad?
Well, I would say I don't know.
Okay.
Due to the fact that again, with us being first generation Haitians here, our family, we didn't have a bunch of like photos and different things like that growing up.
Gotcha.
So again, which led to a reason why I got into photography later on. But from the photos that I do have of my father, he's not really smiling under the pictures. Back then a lot of the men weren't really,
right.
like that. Yeah, very much so. And then my mother was very much the same. Like in photos, she wouldn't be smiling. She's always looking off to the left or the right. Like, I don't know what the heck she was doing in some of these photos. So as far as, but now, I say it that way because, again, I'm not sure which one of them, because I really never seen him smile. And also my father passed when I was young, so I never really got to experience them in that particular element. So I don't know. I would just say that we all have it. It's very,
vibrant.
No, it's very constant in all of us. We all
okay.
have like that great smile, all teeth are showing, you know what I'm saying? Smile from ear to ear, nothing but life showing, you know what I mean? So
if you all right, so, and I don't want you to be biased.
now go ahead, break it down.
I don't want you to be biased.
Okay.
Out of the 10, who can you say got the best smile?
All 10. Because it's very similar. Like when you see
us, I know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say all 10, bro. But we all got our originals, so no ventures.
With your permission,
no,
I'm gonna now put
no
this.
Dentures. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put the. You know how I put the clips of videos? I want a picture of all 10 of y'all to get a smile. If you can pull that up for me,
we got it.
So I'm gonna put that, and I'm gonna have the people in the comments vote and say who got the best smile in this picture right here.
Okay, for sure, we got it.
Robi, I call childhood from our urban growing ups 16. I think at 16 we become young men or men from our upbringing. So up until 16, what was your most memorable childhood moment? Up until 16. Good, bad, pretty, ugly, happy, sad. Doesn't matter what it is. Most memorable.
But before 16 is when I discovered music. I always tell people, I have a background in music. Early, like elementary school, is when I, got introduced to like hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. So for me, I would say personally that was my first passion. Like I realized like how much I loved the whole art of hip hop and music and the culture and the vibes and everything that came along with it. So I became so involved in the process of creating music, writing music, producing music, performing music, marketing and sharing music, trying to make money off of it. You know what I mean? So for me, it personally opened my eyes to everything else that was outside of what I've known. You know what I mean? So I learned so much during that period of time. So for me, my earliest or my upbringing memory that I cherish is falling in love with music.
Oof, dope. Mm-hmm. Okay, what was the most difficult challenge you had up until 16?
Well, honestly, one of the most difficult challenges we faced, definitely myself, would be not growing up with a father in the home. Like although my mother and father, they separated, and prior to him passing, we lived in different spaces, but I necessarily didn't have another father figure or male influence.
Got you.
So I kind of learned the game in certain ways a little later in life because I didn't have like that direct input that I was supposed to have. So I would definitely say that it kind of hindered me in certain ways, and I had to learn the long way instead of having the game given to me the way it's supposed to. Yeah.
So not having a father figure, Who or what was your biggest inspiration before hitting that adulthood?
The streets,
Streets.
the money,
Hmm.
the lifestyle, everything I saw on TV. This is you know, prior to having social media, you know, like you'll see the entertainment, you'll see what comes with the music. So I would definitely like learn from the movies. I would learn from the video games. I would learn from all the entertainment that I could absorb because you know, that's what I pretty much had to raise me outside of, you know, my mother being there and our family being there. But as far as like the man or the lifestyle of manhood, I learned it from like movies and video games and like TV shows and just, you know, entertainment period. Like, oh, okay, this is how they move. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like picking it up along the way.
You're a very smart individual, and
Is I?
yeah, oh, you are.
Oh, okay, thank you.
But I can also know that I can also tell and know that you've been a smart individual because even as a younger person, you said you got in trouble here and there, but you never did a hard time, you never did that.
Mhm.
What kept you grounded to understand what's real and what's fake?
Being broke, poverty.
Hmm.
Because when you're broke, you can't fake it. You have to accept life for what it is. You know your limitations. You know your circumstances. You know the scenarios that you can move in. So being poor definitely taught me the lessons that I needed to keep myself solid within myself and not to be out here false flagging and being fugazi with who I'm called to be, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Dope. Becoming a young dad. Um, what was the feeling you had when you found out you were gonna have your first son?
Scared, nervous, shocked. Because, like I said, you're a young teenager. Well, I was a young teenager, like 17 going on 18, out here doing the hokey pokey and figuring out what this whole thing was, and messed around and started line dancing with somebody. And before you know it, we was called to a dance floor, and, the lights were on and all the, it just went on and on and on.
Twinkle toes.
So fast forward to, I remember like being in school and leaving school, to go, watch him being born and, the whole process of, leading up to it. I still remember everything, bro.
Right.
It definitely was life changing because, again, up to then I was pretty much responsible for myself to a degree, but I didn't really know what responsibility was outside of that for the duration of time that was ahead of me at that point. So it definitely was interesting to have navigated it. And you fast forward now, like my son literally just turned 20 2 days ago, bro.
Oof.
20.
A dub.
Yeah, man. So when I look at him now, it's like a grown man. He's very self-directed. He's in college. He came back from his first semester out there in a whole nother state. So I've been through all of these stages. A majority of them that I didn't get to experience with my dad. So it was a lot of different things that challenged me along the way, and I had to kind of push through because you giving, but you ain't receiving certain departments. So it was a lot of challenging spaces, but I just tried my best to do it what I can with what I had, and here we are.
Tried and you did. Not only did you try, you succeeded, my brother.
For sure, appreciate it, my man.
Now
can you check to make sure that it's still focused? Because I know it be tripping sometimes. But go ahead.
No, let's go. Hold on, because I'll pick up after that. All right, 3, 2, 1. So, how was it? Fast forward now, becoming and adapting to being a single dad, full-time single dad.
It definitely was a challenge because back then I was still, with me and baby moms, we were on different pages because we were young, trying to figure things out. And of course, life changed after a while, and I was still trying to figure out this music space at that point. And I realized like I had to figure out how to juggle it. Because I was trying to be Mr. Musician, at that time I used to go by JR when I was more into the music, and I had to really figure out like how to balance working, hustling on the side, being a full-time dad, trying to make time to go out here in these streets and promote and record, and just the lifestyle that comes with being an artist. And a lot of times like I didn't handle it well because I would be caught up in the right now, the music, or the right now, the entertainment, because sometimes it's impulsive. Things are happening. You want to be on the scene, this and the third. So there were times where I definitely didn't handle it the best when it came to prioritizing my time and my resources for my family. And then I had to realize at a certain point, like me trying to one-man band it and not really have a team and the funding behind it. Like I was spending so much chasing it versus what I was getting in return for it. So at some point I made a decision like, you know what, I'm always have a love for this, but I have other priorities, and I can't be out here and then my household is upside down. Like, and after a while, like that's what it became. And I realized it was my doing. It wasn't nothing else. This is what you're doing with your time, and these are the results of you not focusing and prioritizing your time in all these different spaces. So to answer your question, I definitely lacked in certain areas, and I had to figure out what was more important for me.
Right.
Maintain a stable household, make sure they have, one parent actually there, because again, you have to pick them up from school, do homework, after school activities. You got to physically be there. So me knowing how I felt, not having said individual in my life to do those things, it just made more sense for me to make sure that I was him and not the absentee father repeating the cycle. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a hard choice, and I struggled with it a whole lot because, again, my mind and my heart is over here, but I also got to make sure I do right by this right here. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I asked her because and I get deep in the questions.
let's go, coach. Let's go.
You don't hear often of the dad being the full-time dad and the dad being full-time parent and things like that. So
Okay.
I want other men that are hearing this to understand, number one, it's going to get hard, but you're not alone.
For sure.
So what has been the hardest part of being a single full-time father?
Well, let me give you the game, coach. I think the hardest part of being a single father was
full-time. Add that title, single full-time father.
I think the hardest part of being a single full-time parent would be thinking I'm doing it alone. Not finding the brotherhood, not finding the circle of men to lock in with and go through this with. So prior to where things are now, we come from a different time where men weren't as vocal. Sometimes men wasn't as sociable. We would just turn to our vices to deal with whatever it was. Like, a lot of us weren't raised and or developed correctly to navigate our thoughts and our feelings. So we were taught to, or conditioned to, keep it to ourselves. You soft, and there's all these different things that were just completely wrong.
Right.
So I realized, like, you have to figure out for yourself, like, how are you gonna be healthy with your mindset and your emotions to go and have to build the endurance to go for the long run, because you are responsible for yourself to maintain and keep yourself afloat and be a leader for others to follow behind you. So, they have a step ahead and they can, navigate correctly through life. So for me, it was a challenge to find it, because we didn't come from that bonding or finding that tribe or that community at first. And then, I realized, like, how many more brothers that I knew that were going through the same thing and having different issues in this particular space. And then it definitely made me bond with them more when I realized that I wasn't alone. And once I started being more vocal about it, I realized how many of my brothers were doing the same thing or going through the same thing. And it just created bonds that still, hold up in my life today, bro. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. And I salute you and I congratulate you. That's one thing that I always tell you, like, from the outside looking in, like, every time we talk. I mean, we are brothers. We're not like brothers. We are brothers. And I always give you that flower and respect. Tell you, bro, you one hell of a dad, bro.
Hey, man.
And that shit ain't easy.
Somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it.
Shouts out to you too, man.
Sure.
I definitely learned to respect you more about understanding your scenario as well, and saying, you know what, because I know what it takes in the background, and then you still showing up in the foreground.
Yeah.
So my respect and love for you, it was based around that, like, you pushing through, because you reminded me, like, bro, you're not the only one trying to make sense of it and take care of your household. So
gotta make it happen, bro.
Gotta give you the flowers as well too,
Appreciate
big bro,
you. Man. Okay, so let's get into the happy moments. What has been
for sure.
What has been the proudest moment of you being a dad? Proudest moment. And I know that's kind of rough because you got 2 boys. So if you want to go individual, you go individual. But if not, give me the proudest moment of you being a dad.
The proudest moment of me being a dad is The list is very long, but I'll just keep it short and just give you like a generic answer. Like the proudest moment is for me right now would be to see their growth. Like again, you know, I got older ones. Birthdays are coming up. One just passed, so they're about to be 20 and 18. So when you look at it, it's like, I'm sorry, when I look at it, I remember the infancy to young adulthood.
Right.
So when I look at it, I'm just like, I'm proud and I'm grateful to have seen all the chapters and y'all development and y'all growth and the personalities excel from the limitations. You
Right.
know, like I'm super proud. Like, bro, they are some great kids, bro, and they still young men. I'm like, bro, you got the whole world ahead of you, bro.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I would just sum it up like that. You know, I get long winded, so
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. It will be the Robi Joe Kid Show.
yeah.
Rapping, then photography, then videography, then producer, from Sony cameras to drones to full photo sets and movie sets. Talk to me about the journey of, and like I said, we're summing it up because we could be here forever. But I want to start off with the JR Robi, which is the rapper, all the way to this Robi Joe experience, executive producer, entrepreneur.
So if we could sum it all up into one word, it would be transformation. And I say that because again, the love for the arts, it originally started with writing in English class, poetry, and understanding that, you know, poetry with music is a song, and a song without the beat is poetry.
Right.
So it, you know, then from there, being a student of the art, I was captivated by creation, period. Like so much of it was, it's in everything around you.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
around you has been thought and created by people. So I fell in love with the creation of whatever I can do with my mind. So music was like an introduction to entrepreneurship, because through there I met people along the way that opened my eyes to different things, and the music led to the photography world, and the photography world opened up my mind to like entrepreneurship and, you know, outside of the traditional 9 to 5 and all these different things. And then the entrepreneurship, it just exploded. So the journey has been a transformation as I've been personally trying to manage myself and manage this entrepreneur lane in my life. And it just took me to places I never thought I would be in, rooms I never thought I could walk in, and to be able to soak up so much game from people that are light years ahead of me in all different kinds of spaces, and still be able to come back and bless the people around me with whatever knowledge, experience that I could, because it's just so much of it. So transformation, like that's really the only word that I can place in it. It's been a huge transformation from JR to Robi Joe. You know, it's been so much between just those two milestones in my life as far as personalities. Yeah.
And you went from JR to Robi Joe. So I want to ask you, what's gonna be the final form? What will you change your name to then? Is it just gonna be Joe, Rob?
The Black Hammer. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. No. So what it was I realized, like, at first when it came to the JR, I was more or less the persona or the character.
Right.
And then when it came to me stepping into Robi Joe, it was more or less of me accepting all of me, not the version that I wanted to present that I thought people would prefer.
Right.
And just accepting all of me and letting that be who I was authentically to myself in the world. So as of right now, I haven't, you know, thought about it that far ahead, but I'm gonna be this version of Robi Joe, unapologetically, authentically, the loving black man that you see today.
You know, my final form for you would be, right?
Here we go.
I think like once you get to a
Here we go.
no, listen to me. Hear me out.
Let's go, bro.
I feel like once you get to the point
Final
where you
form.
got your own, you go to Shreveport and you got your own studios and you got your own everything. I think at that point we should just strictly call you Joseph Robbins.
No, sir.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Because it just sounds so clean and professional. That just sounds like money.
But why would you call my last name first?
Because I know I wanted to sound it professional.
Well, if you're gonna sound professional, at least call me what the government called me.
No,
by my first
I don't want to
name.
give you the government. Government's too easy. Everybody's gonna know that.
But
Joseph Robbins. Say it again. How you doing, Mr. Joseph Robbins?
Along the way, that's always been an interesting point because I got either 2 first names or 2 last names, but to me, it never really mattered because, again, some people get it right, some people get it wrong, some people pronounce it all different kind of ways.
Right.
But that's why I'm like,
I always like Joseph Robbins. I'm sorry, bro.
no, for sure.
I like it.
I get it. It got a nice ring to it, but now I'm just gonna prefer Robi Joe for right now.
Okay.
Just to keep it simple.
But the day you get that studio, I'm gonna walk in your office and say that.
No, for sure. Like you can
Whether
call
you
me
use it or
whatever.
not.
I say like you can call me whatever you want to call me as long as you call it.
There you go.
Let's
That's
get to
it. Hardest part of photography, hardest part of videography, hardest part of editing, and hardest part of directing.
Not making your mind up for all of them.
Oof.
Because what happens is, as a creative person, you get caught in a bunch of syndromes or what side effects, or you get all kind of different feelings when it comes to the shiny toys or the viral this or what's happening over there. And it's like the craft and the art is what you need to remain true to. And just like going to the gym, you have to practice what you're not the best at so you can find out what pockets that you can perform great at and how you need to collaborate with people in different spaces. So the hardest part for me will just be the indecisiveness, because again, you have to figure out for yourself which one of these are you going to focus on building and strengthening so you can become great at that thing. And a lot of times as a creative, you're just bouncing between all different kind of things to see what works, see what you can get paid for, see what you personally like to do. It's this whole dance you do, you know what I'm saying, between photography, videography, content creation, entrepreneurship, period, you know. So
not to put you on the spot, real quick, what's your favorite one? If you forget money, forget anything, what's your favorite one?
My favorite one, what?
Out of content creation, editing, videography, photography, what would be your favorite? Just your personal favorite.
My personal favorite out of all of these arts.
And when I'm not saying hip hop, because I know hip hop's
that's why I call it the arts.
Right.
To me, they're all the same.
Correct.
Because I can create in all of these forms or in all of these lanes. So to me, it's really, they're all the same to me. It's like, which one am I doing today?
So which one's your favorite in your heart that you can wake up to and do every day, no matter what?
All of them. They're all the same because they all work together. Like my understanding of music helped me learn how artists wanted to be represented as far as like their photography or their videography. Me understanding how that people want to be represented made me understand how people want to show up on camera. Me taking the classes and preparing and learning how the production works made me understood how brands and people need to be shown to the world. Me understanding the entrepreneurship allowed me, like, again, it just played all together. So that's why I say I'll merge it all into one, because it's the arts. It's entertainment is an art. Conversations is an art. Podcast, this is an art. It's an art to doing
journalism,
this. It's an art. So being a student of the art is just different ways to express yourself.
Yeah.
So I would answer it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me up, pimp.
All right, I'm trying though.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
What has been your biggest challenge in this whole journey?
Staying black.
I don't think you got a problem with that, bro.
Damn.
The day you wake up white is the day I'm gonna really go play lotto.
I never have a chance to be Michael Jackson.
I don't think so.
No, it's AI now. I could be white.
No, you can't.
I could be light skinned. I could be Spanish with AI.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
In your heart, you're always gonna be a dark skinned fella.
I understand that in my heart, but in my mind, I can be whoever I want to be with AI.
With AI, yeah, I can look like The Rock. You're right.
You sure can. You can do whatever you want with AI nowadays, man.
Skip, next question. What has been the hardest lesson you learned in this whole process?
Being black.
Bro, this man is not going to give me the being black answer.
Yes, because you got to understand. When you a nigger.
Cut.
No. Let me be clear. It sounds.
You cannot
funny.
be clear. You are black.
No. Let's be clear. When you a nigger, you understand your mindset of a nigger is backwards.
Got you.
Like I know I'm being funny,
serious.
but
be serious.
When you a nigger, you understand the mindset of you is backward. The things that you believe and the lifestyle and the conditioning got you off.
Right.
And you don't realize like how much of us have been living this for generations, and you're off until you start taking the time to unlearn, unroot, and teach yourselves there's different ways and different strategies to navigate through life. So for me, again, one of the biggest challenges was to realize like I'm not a nigga. I'm not a black man. I am a man.
Mm-hmm.
And removing the labels, removing the titles, removing the superstitions and the false egos and all this bull crap
Being a man.
allow me to find myself.
Yeah.
So like that's why I said like no, being a nigga. Like I was stuck on being a nigga. Like everything was nigga because we glamorized this. We made it this big old thing in our minds, especially coming from music and the culture and the lifestyle and the streets is this whole thing. But then you realize as an adult, there's so much more to life. And so much more to the human experience than this limitation that you cast upon yourself.
I think I'm even on a more mature understanding. Is It's not even so much being a nigga. I would say it's just being unurbanized because we're raised in an urban mentality, and I think it's deeper than just the word and the color. It's just because you could be a white boy and be from the trenches. And you could be that white boy that'll walk in somewhere, and no matter what color you are, they're gonna look at you like.
And there's nothing wrong with being a nigga, because there's white niggas, Spanish niggas,
sure.
Czechoslovakian niggas.
But you got to be unurbanized. What I'm saying, you got to know when and where to say what, how, when to present yourself. And I said, as a man, is the key word you stated.
Yeah,
a man, learning how to be a man, and so we're talking about our kids. I'm so proud of my son going to the military. I wanted to go to the military because I think a lot of us young men from urban environments need to go and learn how to be a man in the military. I think that's one. And I don't want to get into the politics of the who and this, that. I'm just talking about in general. A lot of us were raised without having to understand what a real man is. I mean, this goes down to, fixing your bed in the morning and a lot of y'all motherfuckers brushing y'all teeth. A lot of motherfuckers don't even brush their teeth every day. And it sounds disgusting, but it's learning how to be a man. So, I'm not trying to take your shine.
No. Do your thing, pimp.
But
it's your show.
No, but you said it, and that's why I wanted to stick that word. I was like, man, learning how to be a man. Like, I think we are evolving.
You have to. That's the only thing you're here to do is evolve.
Our generation is moving forward a lot. I don't want to be that old person and say, oh, it's getting worse. I think that as a society, we are evolving from people like you and me that are not giving up on our children, are sticking by their side and showing our children. So it's like we're passing the ugly part, but learn how to be a man. It's not about being a color. It's not about being from a place. It's not about being a nationality. It's don't be an ignorant motherfucker. Once you learn how to not be an ignorant motherfucker and you start learning how to be a man, a lot of doors are going to open for you.
If you want them to.
Robbie,
what's up?
What was the best piece of advice you got in this journey? And I know you talk to a lot of people. Like you said, light years away from you. What has been the best piece of advice you got from somebody in this journey? I did my job. I made him think.
It's so much, but I'm gonna keep it short. The best piece of advice is from an old show, and if you know the show, you know. And it says, "Look up, Marley. Say cheese." The reason why I say that is because you know what, we go through life with so much that we forget to smile.
Oh yeah.
And shouts out to you. You always be encouraging me, and there's different people that always encourage me to smile and be jovial and be happy and all these different things. And like, regardless of what you're going through, man, just smile even through the tough times. Because guess what? It's gonna get better at some point. And just live your life, man. Like, because your smile can bring joy to somebody else, or it can just light up another room. And like, the smiles are so welcoming and in a time where it's just so many challenges and different things going on. Like, your smile can connect you, your laughter can connect you, your energy can connect you to so much more, just being in a happier space with yourself. So to kind of keep it simple, look up Marley, say cheese.
That's why women like confident men and not arrogant, confident. I think that I mean, if you're a confident man, it doesn't matter how you look. A woman, like, look at how I got her. I mean, I'm a very confident. I'm not arrogant. There's a difference between arrogance and confidence. Arrogance is when you think something. Confident is when you know something.
For sure.
So when you are arrogant, you overcompensate on trying to explain to people on what you do. When you're confident, you walk unapologetically but respectfully on your traits. Am I right or wrong? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I think confidence, it's not only with women though, it's just confidence always, it's like the key to success. When you're confident, and you're respectful and you walk with that. Hey man, like life is life. Let it, life's a garden. Dig it. Like
For
keep
sure.
going. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So Robbie, every show, and I've already, I think you're my 5th episode of season 8.
Okay.
I have always told somebody, give me a name for this segment. They haven't gave me a name for the segment yet. I told them, if you give me the name of the segment, it's gonna be, let's say it's called 1, 2, 3 segment. This segment is 1, 2, 3 sponsored by Robi Joe. I want to give somebody the opportunity to name this segment. You don't have to do it right now, but I just call it the drinking trivia game. So right now, I am going to ask you questions. It's a trivia game. You get it right, I take a shot. You get it wrong, you take a shot. As you see, she's getting those shots ready in the background. So, are you ready to play the game?
Why you don't call it like shot or not?
There you go. Shot or not?
Shot or not?
I like it.
Yeah, you
I
take
like
the
it.
shot or you're not, pimp.
That shot or not? So, you ready for it?
Yeah.
First question.
Okay.
What was the first commercially available digital camera?
Come on. I was doing the SAT.
You're supposed to be the camera guy.
Listen, sir, I didn't know I was doing the ass valve. I didn't know I was doing the goddamn F-cat.
It was the Dicon Model 1, 1990. It shot black and white images. It was 0.01 megapixels, 376 times 240 resolution, and it stored up to 32 images.
Hold on. Y'all hear this bullshit? How the hell I'm supposed to know this bullshit?
Because you're a camera guy.
You want to be on Google and AI. You want to look up some shit and come in here and quiz somebody on some bullshit.
All right, next one. I'm going to make it easy. I made it easy.
No, do your thing.
You like comedy, right?
For sure.
You're a comedy guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite? Give me top 3. Don't give me no descriptions or why. Top 3 comics in your opinion.
Top 3 comics in my opinion.
Yours. Don't give me why. Just
no, for sure. Top 3 comics in my opinion is going to be the group 85 South, because those dudes, they just raw at what they do and how they perform.
Let's go.
I got to give it to Tony Roberts.
Okay.
Hilarious. And then we'll go. Oh man, I'm a split between Bernie Mac and Earthquake.
Okay, so you might got that. You might got this one. What was Bernie Mac's full name?
Bernard McCullough.
I'll take a shot. Let's take a shot together with this one. Bernard Jeffrey McCullough. But yeah, I'll take it with you.
Okay.
Just because you got something on that one.
And shouts out and rest in peace to the home. This is Willie. This was my thank you. So you know. Shouts out to and rest in peace to the late great Bernie Mac, man.
Okay, another camera question.
Okay.
Ready to take a shot?
Or not.
What does the P in 1080p stand for?
Progression.
Woo! You're right or wrong though. It's progressive scan. Give him a shot.
I'm
not taking a double one.
No. So for clarity, you're right.
Because
I said progression, and that was wrong. Because if I was being quizzed, it's supposed to be progressive scan. That's the amount of scans that it does is it's going. So if you ever had one of the old ones, you see the lines going through that whole thing. But I haven't thought about that in so long since.
Am I cool at least to help you think about your old school where you can? Give me some credit, bro.
Continue.
I'm catering to you.
Continue, sir. Continue.
Okay. In the song "And Then What" by Young Jeezy, where did he claim to hide the rest of his yams? Come on. If you gotta sing the song in your brain, sing it. Shout out to Marlis. That's a Marlis question.
What the fuck does that got to do with anything? It is auntie house.
Okay.
What got to do with anything?
You know how many people will know that? Is that a good one?
What the fuck does that got to do with it? I'm sorry. What the fuck that got to do with it?
It's a trivia question. Good one?
No, it's stupid.
That's a good one. I like that one.
What the fuck that got to do with anything, man?
It's a trivia game. Shot or not. You called it. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Last one.
Oh, shit. That was great.
Last one.
Yes, sir.
How many times platinum did Lil Wayne go in Carter 3?
I don't know, man.
Guess at least. You're gonna take the shot, so
Wheezy.
on that album.
Which one? Carter 1?
3.
Carter 3. Now I'm not sure about Carter 3 because I'm not sure. I don't know.
Just give me a number, just so you might pass it.
6.
Close enough. I'll take a shot with him, half a shot. 8. 8
Because
times
of
platinum.
course, like that Wheezy's just. I still take the shot. Yeah, that.
Cheers.
The reason why I say that because again, as far as keeping up the sales and performance, I always been a Wheezy fan, so I wasn't necessarily keeping up with that. Let me get my shot.
Shot or not?
Shot or not, man.
You like that game?
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's cool, right?
Hey, bro, you have perfected it. You have been getting people drunk and messed up for so long. I've literally.
Well, I chilled for a little bit, but I'm bringing it back.
You've refined it. You've made it a game. You have sat here for years at a time, fucking with people. And I'm gonna say it that way because you make it your business. Because you be so left field and strange with your discovery questions and how you. So shouts out to you for keeping it alive. And hey, if that's the name you want to go with it, bro, do your thing.
Shot or not? No, I'm using it. That's it. I'm literally gonna put you. So I've been putting the handles and I've been doing my digital thing with all this. So I'm gonna add that now. It's gonna start off by saying shot or not. So thank you.
Let's do it, Coach.
Thank you.
You got it.
So Robbie, we started off by stating you've been with us since season 3, right? You've seen it all. You've heard it all. You've got drunk with us. You've got angry with us. You've got fed up with us. You've got happy with us. You've done all kinds of ups and downs from season 3 to season 8. So my question is, out of all the things that you've seen and heard on our show, why do you think eating ass was the most touchy thing to talk about when we were shooting this show?
Because it's controversial and it's one of those things that it's like forbidden fruit where you know you do it, but it ain't supposed to be talked about in public spaces where you know people like to have it done, but it's supposed to be shunned upon. So it's like, it's one of those things that it rub people's wrong when they hear it, but it's like, come on, man. If you in that lifestyle, just be you, man, you know?
So they say it's equivalent to it's like fucking a fat girl. It's all fun and games till somebody catches you on it.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with making love to a big person.
No, that's what I'm saying that they say.
Once again, there's nothing wrong with making love to a big person.
Not at all.
So there's nothing wrong with being caught with a big person. If that's your flavor, that's your preference.
So there's nothing wrong with eating ass.
No, there's nothing wrong with eating ass as long as it's clean and that's what you're into and both of y'all consenting adults choose to go that path. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's like anything else. Like it's wrong to go ahead.
No, my question is because we listen to so much vulgarity in music where, I mean, what the girl says, my pussy pink, my coochie hole brown, like sexy red, and all these things. I mean, guys talking about, suck my dick in the music, this, that, and that. But when we talk about it with each other, it's some people get so cringy. So
it just I would say this. It depends where people are with themselves, especially sexually. And so it's like some people are in different spaces and they don't want, it's like politics. They don't want it to be public information, especially if it's on camera.
Right.
But then there's some people who are just authentically themselves and they don't give a fuck. So it's like, it don't make me never mind whatever you think about, whatever I got going on. So if that's what I prefer, then that's just what it is. Because,
I mean, I wouldn't ask Reverend Al Sharpton, does he get his ass ate? But I'm talking to rappers usually, and I asked them that some of them get cringy on it.
Because, again, sometimes with the entertainment space, people live double lives and bullshit. So it's like, when you meet people who are authentically themselves, they'll let you know, like, yeah, I've had my motor checked. You feel me? I've had somebody check to make sure, you feel me, with nothing back there. Yeah, you gotta clean that motor, baby. What the fuck? Hey, if that's what you want to do, go back there.
I've never heard that one.
Hey, go back there. Go back there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please comment below if you've ever heard the term.
Listen.
Getting your motor checked. I mean, piston clean sounds a little bit more acceptable.
No.
But your motor checked.
Listen, dog. Hey, listen. If that, because you got to remember,
Whoa!
you got to remember.
Where'd you hear that one? What did you make that one up?
No. I heard that from somebody else a long time ago, and I was like, "What the deuce are you talking about?" But you got to remember, like again, sometimes you may meet that person who challenges you sexually, and if that's the kind of time y'all on and y'all exploring each other and y'all in those moments, you're gonna try some things. She may try some things. Now, I always say the line is when you penetrate.
Yeah.
So if she's down there and doing her thing, and she just happens to, clean the Gucci area and do all this, and she's making a whole mess, and that's her thing. Hey, have at it. I'm not saying go back there and
check the motor, just don't unscrew the screws.
There you go.
Okay, I got you.
Because again, that's what you want. Because some women are on that kind of time. Even some men are on that kind of time. If you down there, you doing your thing to please your partner, and whatever.
Have at it.
Yeah, but the minute you actually penetrate and you go
and this is
step
Robi
further,
Joe's terms. This is not everybody's terms.
So if you want your motor check, fellas, that's on you. But opening up that door can lead to all kind of other things. So be careful going through that door. So it should be nothing wrong with you as a man if your woman is, but there's a certain line. Now don't cross the line now. You can let her do her thing, but if you cross that line, you're going a little bit too far. She shouldn't be changing your diapers. She should just be,
And if listen,
this nigga.
he might be watching, he may not be watching.
Who's
but if
that?
he's watching, shout out to Mr. 24 Hour, because if he was here right now, he'll be red as an apple.
Yeah, because he's the main one eating the ass. That's why.
Robi, let's talk about your newest journey. When it comes to workshops, motivational speaking, selling what do you call this?
Digital product,
digital products and things like that.
Okay.
How did you get into this? Talk to me, because that's the new journey that you're
on. I prolonged this journey or this particular venture for quite some time, and I've always been interested in the process of this digital era. We come from having to physically show up to earn and make things move. But since the pandemic, it showed us that remotely working was another way that you can continue to earn a lifestyle and do well as well financially.
Right.
So for me, it's just always been on my mind, and I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm gonna figure it out. And then after procrastinating and putting on the shelf for so long, I was like, you know what, now is the best time for me to do it, because I've kind of like juggled where I want to be for a long time. I'm like, you said you was gonna do this and never did it. So you fast forward to now where I see like the opportunity is so massive. The entry level is not even difficult. We're in a different time now where AI has also revolutionized so much, so you can begin your journey and you can maximize it and 10x whatever you're doing. So what I've realized is once I solve a problem for myself, I can in turn turn it into a service to somebody else. And with that, I've learned like there's so many different things out here that we're oblivious to, because most of us are laser focused on what our assignments and our things are for the day. So the online portion allows you to, create digital products or create an answer for somebody and be able to reach different people and never run out of stock. So you can have X amount of digital products like you would do in a retail store, but there's a process to inventory and shipping and all these different kind of things if you have physical products. But the thing now of digital things is it doesn't run out of stock. It's simply a download and you can access it and reach so many people around the world. So if you haven't been aware to this, that's what's going on. And there's people changing their lifestyles. There's people making bags all over the place in all different type of industries, to the point teenagers are outdoing us adults right now because they're on there figuring out different formulas and they are getting to it. So,
and this is not only so, and I want to dive deeper into this. It's not only product as you stated, it's tutorials and knowledge, because like you explained to me, there's a motherfucker in this world that doesn't know how to tie a bandana. You can teach and charge somebody how to properly tie a bandana. So explain that to me, because there's even it goes deeper than just a product.
The best way I can say it to you is it's four things when it comes to this that you need to understand. The first one is solving a problem. The more advanced or specific you are at solving somebody's problem, the better you can get paid for it. Meaning, for example, a plumber comes in, they fix the issue. A HVAC person comes in, they fix your AC. Your mechanic, man, you call them, you have an issue, they fix the problem, and that's a service fee for said job. So when you think about anything that you're good at, knowledgeable about, or that you have skills in, if you understand like this is a problem for somebody at some point, and if you understand how to package it, then it could become a service or a product that you can sell to somebody else. Hence how American capitalism is made. Everything is a product and a service.
Supply and demand.
You need a house to live in, there's a bank to sell it to you. You need insurance, whatever you need, it's a product and it's a service. From there, you need to understand it's about value and positioning the value. Now, you can have a problem, but the value that you bring to the table may be different from the value that your competitor or somebody else brings to the table. So how are you positioning your value to be the best candidate for the client or the customer?
Right.
So once you understand those two things, the next part is understanding the way the marketing and the sales work, where it's getting paid directly or indirectly.
Right.
Because you can say, hey, I'm a barber, you need your haircut, this is a direct sale. Cool. Or vice versa, where it's like, hey, you need to learn how to do this. So before you can get that direct sale, you need to learn. So now you have coaching, you have mentorship, you have workshops, you have seminars, where now you need to learn the process before you can be part of the process. You know what I'm saying? So hence why digital products, they're huge, because again, you can learn from people that have achieved the results that you're aspiring to get, and you can in turn take it to the next level at a faster rate than the traditional, let's go to college, or let's take this technical program for 2 years. And yes, all those things are still necessary in certain industries, but nowadays, if you are great at sales and you're great at communication, bro, you're out of here, bro. You're out of here, bro.
It's funny. So I would say like the most lucrative and quotational thing and that's not a word, quotational, but
it's the Litty Show. It's whatever you want it to be, baby.
But one thing that the Joker said prior to, this is 2008, but he said it, and like it means so much today, is if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Technically.
I mean, because it falls into so many branches. Like if you're good at, because in your what we're speaking on,
I'll say it like this: if you doing it for the money, you're gonna lose automatically. You're gonna have to do it for free, so you can fine tune it and understand what it is, so you can make it to the point you're making money off of it.
Well, I wouldn't say good, but I could say that if you're better at something than everybody else, and you're not charging for it, well, not even, because it goes back to you. I just feel like today,
because there's process to it.
Right,
you might be great at what you do, but nobody knows you. You're not the authority in that figure. You haven't been in that space where people know to come to you for said product or service. So now you may need to give some samples out for free.
But if you do your due diligence, you will end up being the best.
So that's why I always tell people, you have direct sales and indirect sales. So you need to understand, like, your job is not to make the sale. Right. Your job is to be the greatest at whatever you're doing. So it makes sense for the person who's ready to buy and commit to go ahead and do their thing. But they're not going to know until you done gave it away for free, until you done showed up in different spaces, until you done paid to play as well.
Yes.
So that whole thing, oh, I'm not doing it for free, I'm not doing it for free, you're wasting your time.
You ain't going nowhere.
No, you can. It just depends on where you are in the process, because there is a time where that's what it is. But depending on what stage you are in, you need to understand, like, hey, if I'm saying I'm a new barber out here, how am I going to get the community involved? Because we're in a barber shop right now. Shouts out to all the barbers. Shouts out to my dog, Willie. Shouts out to my dog, Randy. My bad, I almost
Elite Styles Barber Shop.
Shouts out to the barber shop that we in. You know what I'm saying? So again, let's just use them for an example. if you're trying to get one of these shares, there's a monthly fee for this share right here. So you can say, hey, I'm trying to get into this brand, into this business, into this industry, but I need to get paying clients on a retainer or people that I need to lock in with. So I may have to do some work for free so I can be able to get my name out there, so I can have testimonials, so I can have credible sources. So it's like, okay, let me be a part of this event. Let me do this, then the third, because you need to build up your clientele list, and not everybody's going to pay you directly. So sometimes that indirect work would get you to that point where you now have paid clients, but that's where you have to understand the value and how to position it and package it. We're doing freebies with this stipulation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so wait, and I'm gonna jump in. So talking about your whole equation, let's talk about Willie and let's talk about Elite Styles Barbershop. Not only is it a barbershop, we're sitting here shooting a podcast. So that is adding to a value of just the general name brand itself.
Yep.
Correct or right or wrong?
Yeah.
Because
so what you want to do is whenever, so anybody who has a space,
because he's not, I'm not paying him, and shout out to him, I love him, that's my brother, but he says, yo, shoot there. But at the same time, it's a win for him because it's bringing sponsorship.
So
help me break it down.
So what happens is a lot of time business owners, they focus on running the business versus growing the business.
Got you.
So what happens is sometimes, you don't have the space to think outside the box because you got day-to-day operations, you got different things going on.
Right.
So a lot of times, people look at it a certain way, but when you realize like there's always multiple ways to maximize what you already got going on.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, like you're utilizing this space after hours to do your thing, this could be another particular source of income or money that comes in for the brand or business when they do that. Same thing, like event halls or whatever. Like they may do this Monday through Friday, 7 to 9. 9 to 5, and then 5 to 7 to 11. They do this, they do that. So they maximize their space. So it's just like anything else. Once you understand, like, okay, I can flip this or maneuver this a different way. That's really what the whole entrepreneur game is about. Just looking at it from a different perspective and applying a different strategy to get to a different answer. And like once you do things like that, bro, it's like you realize I could do this with anything.
Yeah. And shout out to Willie because he is an amazing businessman.
Hey, shout out to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I always call him Spider-Man. You know, man.
And listen, if you're down south and if you're not in down south, if you're just in Dade County, come to Elite Styles Barbershop. Come get a fresh haircut. There's no such thing as a shitty barber or a bad barber in Elite Styles Barbershop. Robbie,
what's up, man?
Next question on this is who are some of the people that you've worked with on these workshops and people that you want to work with as well?
What do you mean work with?
Worked with meaning like these seminars where you learn how to get all this digital or this creative space where it's like selling products, selling tutorials, seminars like this whole thing we're talking about, because I know you've been going to different public speaking and things like that. So who are some of the people that you've listened to and then some of the people you want to work with?
Honestly, the list is extensive, so I'm not gonna name drop because again, there's so many different ones that I've seen in person and or seen online, because a lot of people give out information as well too.
So who do you want to work with then? Let me get that out the way.
Honestly, I just want to work with myself.
Okay.
Because I realize it's me that's keeping me from it. It's me that's blocking me from it. It's me that's in the way of it. Because the information is there. We're in a digital age. You can pull up information and you can use ChatGPT to get whatever information that you're lacking. The information is there. You just have to figure out what's keeping you from activating and implementing whatever these strategies are. So again, I've been in a lot of different rooms where I've seen the game in different spaces, and I've seen like the matrix just explode in front of my face, just seeing like how these people are maneuvering and running up the bag and making their connections and doing all these different things. And I'm just like, what the heck am I doing?
And with all due respect to them, I want to ask you, do you have to be a special kind of person to do this with like a special degree, or is it just you got to figure out the algorithm and the system?
You got to be the kind of person that is willing to bet on themselves, willing to have the endurance to go the long haul, because this is not for everybody. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Because to give further context to that, it's a process of developing, connecting, going against everything that's comfortable to you,
Correct.
and creating something, and then making an impact and giving back. It's so many stages to it, but if you understand, like, you're upset with what you currently have and you're looking for a way out, and you can find a way out through one of these things that you're doing, go for it, bro, because there's so many people in the space that's already ahead of you that would love to give you the information and take you up under their wing once they see how dedicated and serious you are to what you're doing.
Right.
So that's why I always say be a student of the game, because there's people out there that are looking for people to give back to pour into, to elevate, because they want to duplicate themselves.
Yeah.
And success is really how successful are the people around me. So if I'm the only one with $100 million, but I haven't made 10 people into millionaires, it don't make no sense. Like, I could be greedy, I could be an ass, but I can gain more if I'm able to duplicate it 10 times. And
not to get biblical, but it's going to come back to you tenfold.
For sure, because it's I say it like this: it's the cycle of energy.
Yes,
and that's really why I came up with the Energy Academy, the Creative Academy, because it's a cycle of energy. And I give you this quote that I heard from Denzel, where he's like, in the first part of your life you learn, the middle part of your life you earn, and the later part of your life is when you return.
Oof.
So you're doing this. So when you look about energy, it usually has about 3 cycles. And that's really what that cycle is for me, at least is what I interpret it as. So when I started coming up with how I'm gonna do this whole thing, and one of the avenues of digital money, because there's so many different ways, I was like, teaching and creating courses in an academy. I need to figure this out, but it has to be around how energy flows, because that's really what we is. Some people call it cheese, some people call it, they got different names for it, but it's the energy that we have inside of us. So it's like, I can be around you and you can be so captivating and motivating and inspiring. Before I know it, I'm on 10 and I'm ready to go do all these different kind of things. Your energy gives that to me.
Yeah, facts.
Or you could be so draining that I'm depleted. But when you're around people that are moving and you see it and you're hungry for it and you want it, you realize, man, hey, man, I need to tighten up my energy so I can.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, but then I always, and shout out to Lista's Barbershop and Willie, and also you again, because sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not getting somewhere in my journey.
Mm-hmm.
But then I meet people, or I have people like Willie, where I'm getting a haircut and I'm explaining to him what I'm doing. He's watching my podcast, and out of nowhere he's like, he just comes up and says, "Shoot here." Like, I like what you're doing. I'm gonna support you. Shoot in the barbershop, or just meeting you where we met season 3, because I'm gonna keep calling it season 3, where you came to my house and you're like, yo, you've been doing this for 52 weeks straight, like you haven't missed a Friday, and I'm like, nah, I do this for real. And then you're like, oh, I just want to jump on board, like I want to work, and I want to jump on that. That reminds me, like, damn. So, and it's like going back to, you say, the whole circle of, what is it,
Energy.
But what is it,
Learn,
earn, return. So I that's what reminds me of, like, when people are giving me something that makes me say, damn it, you're doing something good, or you're doing something consistent, or you're doing something great, that somebody wants to put their time into you or put their energy into you. So definitely that makes sense.
That's the universe rewarding you for not giving up.
Yeah.
When it was easier to give up, and you realize when you're a great person and you bless other people, and personal or professional, you understand that it comes back in some way.
No matter what.
Even
Facts.
if you don't got it and you doing whatever, you understand, like, blessing people, your blessings do come back. And it be that person that has access to this and the third to be like, hey, here you go. You be like, bro, I've been
looking for that. Yeah.
And you just and
shout out to Smiles too. Sorry,
no, for sure. Shout out to Smiles. Yeah.
The Smiles did the same thing. You know, he came to my house. He did an interview. He's like, "Where you shooting?" I'm like, "Here." But he's like, "Why you not doing it all day?" And I'm like, "Because I don't got the spot." He's like, "Oh, here's the key.
There you go.
Shoot here." And I was like, "You know what I'm saying?"
And along my journey, that's one of those things, like, that's why I'm the way I am, because I understood how many people opened up doors just because. And I always say, if I got it, you got it. So you understand the energy. If I want my brother to win, let me show up for him to keep him going. Because guess what?
And you do that.
I know how it feels when you're doing it by yourself.
And you do that. I'm not cutting you off.
No,
you do
bro.
that.
We
when
do
I
that.
tell you, hey, Robbie, I'm doing it, I'm
that.
there no matter what.
That's why the Litty Show has lasted so long. And matter of fact, no, let me rephrase that. That's why my support for the Litty Show has lasted so long, because I've seen my dog through these different challenges and phases reinvent himself, work on rebranding himself, and continue to find a way to keep this dream alive, and more importantly, bless people along the way. There's so many of y'all who have came on the show who have not have got interviewed the way he's interviewed you, or not have got no camera time, or had never even been in that space with a journalist the way he has. And it's like, this is still somebody that's on the rise that has so much more to contribute to the game. So I always call him the pioneer, because he's been keeping this alive, and he's tried in so many different ways to connect and keep it going. So shouts out to you for your endurance. And you see how many people along the way have came and gone, but still remain solid. And even if it's just that casual, I see you, you know, that's the universe reminding you, hey, keep going, bro.
Keep going, for sure.
Keep going, bro.
Robbie, one more question on this. AI platforms. What do you suggest? Your top Robi Joe pick AI platforms. What should people be using when they're in this entertainment business? Your picks. There's no sponsorship.
Well, everybody should be using ChatGPT, because it's free. They have a free version. Let me say it that way.
Yeah.
And it's like your virtual assistant. It's like your personal assistant. It can help you fine tune your thoughts into results. I'll say it that way.
I like that.
yeah. It'll fine tune your thoughts into results. You know what I'm saying? So
and it learns you. The more you use it, the more it learns you.
What they call it now is you could train it to be your virtual assistant.
It's scary.
No. It's scary for those who don't understand the way the way the technology works. So once you take some time to get over that fear factor that you're imposing on yourself for being ignorant, you understand, like, this thing is here and has already been here for years.
Well, let me explain something to you where I was scared. And sorry to cut you.
No, you're good.
Because I use it for work and I use it for my show. When I got scared, but I still use it, but when I got scared, it's like, damn, this shit is real, is when it said, okay, Willie, do you want me to present this as William or Litty Willie? How are you using this, for your show or for work? I was like, bitch, what the fuck you mean? Like, how do you know I'm using it for work in my show? Like, wait a minute, slow down.
Well, let me give it to you like
that.
That
was scary, bro.
No, let me give it to you like this.
I'm using it correctly though, because when I googled what it said, that it's like, you're using it good.
Let me tell some of y'all this, and I'm gonna be the first one to tell y'all this, because maybe y'all don't know, and you primarily don't know if you don't have the budget for it.
But
iRobot already exists.
Movie.
No. Your personal in-home robot, physical, life-looking robot already exists, and it's here.
Okay.
And those who can't afford said product and service to maintain this already have this figure in their home doing certain tasks.
Right. I was watching it on YouTube. Yeah, washing dishes.
This is for real.
Folding clothes. Yeah.
Yes,
I know. I've seen it.
So I'm saying that to say, hey, don't be afraid of this thing that's already existing.
Right.
Understand to learn and be a part of the process and lean into it so you can use it to your advantage. Because
get right, don't get left. Simple terms, right?
Hey, get there.
Get right or don't get left.
Hey, get there, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Get there.
But it was dope. And so I was so scared that I Googled it, and then it was like, Google basically, even though Google is the same shit, Google was like, it's learning how you are teaching it to use the system, blah blah blah. You have a profile, so it will only get better.
Basically, what happens is, like, people don't like that Siri can hear you, but it's to cultivate a personal experience to you as a user.
Right.
So yes, to people who are limited in their thinking and their reasoning,
right,
respectfully,
right,
they look at it a certain way. But it's here to adapt so it can help you progress.
My car told me today, I didn't put no address in. I didn't put no address in.
Mhm.
As I left Walgreens getting the Red Bull, my car said on the GPS, "Be ready to go to Elise Dahl's barbershop to interview Robi Joe," and it gave me the directions to the barbershop.
Yeah, because if you
Anything set right.
so again, when you think about it like your virtual assistant, you understand this is going to prepare for you. It's going
Right.
to think for you.
Right.
It's going
Right.
to solve for you. So it's initially that factor that you have to get over the way it's involved in your life.
Oh, I'm good now. I love it. I love it because I'm a
But
lazy motherfucker, so I love it.
but that's what it's for. It's to increase your productivity. It's to increase you
Right.
as an adult so you can, hey, this used to take me weeks to figure it out. I figured it out in 2 minutes.
Right.
So let
Right.
me implement and fast track and get gone.
You taught me about Google Calendars because that
Mhm.
was I started using. So, but I passed Google Calendars. And I'm using iPhone calendars, and I think
You funny,
what is it?
dog.
Wait. I think Chat GPT is tied into the Apple Calendar. So now it's like giving me all kinds of directions. But
So what happened is just like Tesla. When Tesla came out with their technology, they revolutionized the auto industry.
right,
So when OpenAI came out, all of these companies began to integrate it, and they changed the way they operate now to whatever program that you're using.
right.
They have their version of their AI feature,
We got to
which
connect.
you can act you can which you can access to go ahead and allow you to get to your results faster,
Right.
whatever that may be.
So you named the last segment, which was shot or not,
Uh-huh.
but this segment has lasted forever, which is facts of the week.
For sure.
We always talk about facts of the week on
Okay.
all episodes of the Litty Show,
Let's do it.
and some not on the Litty Show. So my question is: have you seen the Diddy documentary produced by 50 Cent?
On Netflix, yes.
You have seen it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Yes.
watched all episodes. Yeah.
Awesome. I was making. I was a little bit nervous because I didn't want to ask you questions about it, and you
No,
didn't
come
see it.
on, you know.
Okay, no. So you've seen it.
Yeah.
So the allegations in this documentary is number one: Diddy had Tupac killed, aka unalived. Fuck. I wasn't supposed to say that K word, but I said it, so we're gonna bleep it. And Diddy had Biggie unalived. Diddy used Biggie's money for his funeral. Diddy diddled his producer and said, his producer stated, he woke up sore. Diddy's best friend slash co-founder of Bad Boy Records allegedly also said that he diddled him at the end of the documentary. And last but not least, Tupac. Well, no, I'm gonna save that one for last. What do you think about those allegations, personally? Do you think this is a money grab from 50 Cent?
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
So the way entertainment works is a portion of it is the more controversial something is, the more demand for these answers, and that in turn leads to sales and money. So when you understand why those beefs before an album drop or somebody going to jail leads to album sales, you understand the tactics and the antics for certain things when you see it happening in the public space.
Right.
Now, of course, a lot of these things are allegations, and the way the narrative of how the document is shot, it gives insight to certain things to keep you like, oh, wow, oh shit. But you don't have enough information to clearly connect the dots. So you're still like,
The smarter person says, The ignorant person just says,
because you understand how creating content works. I understand how it was
projected,
produced.
or produced. Okay, yeah, produced.
This is a person who has had opportunity to do whatever he has done. And a lot of these stories weren't really made public, and a lot of people didn't really have clear information on what was going on. So it was a genius idea for these producers and people to, put this whole thing together in the height of what's going on, because they already knew, hey, it's out of here if we get this story.
Right.
Because everybody wants to know what the heck is going on. This is, and I did watch it and learned a whole lot about different parts of the process and understanding it. But I took a step back to kind of just analyze what's going on, so I'm not just
Are you one-sided on it?
about what.
The whole documentary in general.
What do you mean one-sided?
So do you believe that like everything that was stated on Diddy, he is a monster? And
I believe my honest opinion of Sean is he is a person who was exposed to this industry and allowed to become such a figure that part of it corrupted him. And in corruption becomes some bullshit, and there was a lot of bullshit that went into it. Again, I'm a person who don't have all the information, so I can't speak to it in indefinite, but I do think that.
do you believe he unalived Biggie and unalived Tupac?
The way I see it, the way I would answer your question is, I do think he has if he didn't directly do it, he has a part in it because of the common denominator in all of this is you.
Well, part of it has a lot to do with it because if I'm antagonizing somebody and somebody goes and does something to you, I maybe have a part of it, but I didn't intend for that to happen to you.
No. Let me flip it for you.
Go ahead.
It's called being a ventriloquist.
Mm-hmm.
Sean is a ventriloquist.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
No, not allegedly.
Okay.
When you're a producer, when you're a manager, when you're a owner, you understand I have to have my pawns play a certain way for this to work.
Gotcha.
Because you're the overhead, you're the company, you're the person. So when you look at somebody who has all this, and I can position you guys for success, and I understand certain things that you may not be privy to, I am the ventriloquist behind the scene, operating and doing certain things.
Mm-hmm. So do you honestly believe that he had no love for Biggie and it was just a lucrative
I think that
connection?
No, because you don't connect with somebody if you don't really feel a certain way to them and devote the time and energy it takes to develop, process, build, and all that. Right. When it comes to the Biggie and Pac thing, again, this is a lot of allegations.
Right, because that's what I'm getting into.
So when it comes to this, I can't say for sure because I was not there.
No, you're feeling from that thing. Do you believe that's a false narrative?
I think for sure, like anybody else, he had some involvement in it. Now, of course, there's different parts of the story that some of it is brought to life, some of it is not. Right. I don't know. I wasn't there. But again, you are the common denominator in all of these different things. Right. And if you have multiple people saying certain things and you don't have no clear facts to defend yourself and speak up, well, the latter is to believe the majority in public opinion. You know what I'm saying? So
wait, so let me stop you. So public opinion and jury stated that he was guilty for nothing besides prostitution.
So now you have the other side of it. If I got the paper, I can get you to say whatever I want you to say.
Gotcha. So you think money trumps all?
You're goddamn right.
Okay. No, I'm asking.
The courts is built off money. Gotcha. If you got a bag and you say, Robi Joe, I'm gonna give you $100K to shut the fuck up.
So you think even the federal courts are corrupt?
The court is built off financial.
Got you, sir.
Where do you think America is built off capitalism?
Got you, sir. I'm only here to ask the questions.
When that judge says I need to go back for a recession and we need to reconvene in 20 minutes, your lawyer's saying, hey.
Well, I could rebuttal that because the person that was going against him was the grand jury's daughter, which she really wanted him to get more time, and she didn't get the win she wanted to. So her father was like the head of grand juries.
So when it comes to courts and trials, you have sections, you have different layers of it. You have allegations versus proof, and then you have the best way I can say this is you have the funding, because it could be right, it could be wrong, but this costs for all of us to be in this room.
Got you.
So, are you going to pay to play?
There you go. I love when you say that.
So when you think about Diddy, who has an abundance.
A billion. Let's just say a billion. A billion's a big word.
No. Small number.
Okay.
It's a big number to a small person.
Correct.
These are people operating on hundreds of
billions. Correct.
This is not so abundance.
Yep.
So America is a capitalistic country.
Right.
So you got to understand, like, crime and poverty is a loophole for income and profits in America. Hence why you have low income areas, why you have poverty, why you have ghettos, because it breeds the prisoner pipeline empire.
So you don't believe there's no such thing as a free court system?
Why would it be free?
I'm asking you.
How can it be free?
You're right or wrong. Your jury votes against you, or you?
Oh, you talking about that portion of it? So the moral of it is so that it doesn't cross that constitutional line or that moral line where justice does prevail. But justice can also be corrupt. Justice can also be paid for. Hence why you will have somebody like, for instance, like a Pablo, who avoided A, B, and C, and D because he had funds to...
He still got caught up?
In due time, yes. But you see, like this with the case of Pablo, how because he had money to fund his pathway...
So what about Epstein, that was rich as fuck and didn't get off? Or he died, and then you said that they killed him?
Again, because you have money in certain ways, you can move in certain ways, and you can avoid things for a period of time. But there's a certain time where it may just catch up to you because for whatever reason you haven't learned your damn lesson. Like, bro,
no matter what, you gotta learn your lesson.
If we're talking about Diddy, when I watched it, I was just like, yo, you've been this ridiculous person for a long time and never learned how to just, bro, like, you can do you, but you at a certain stage of being a person, you shouldn't still be getting tripped up off level 1.
How we say just chill? Sometimes he's got just chill.
Bro, like, you a person who has abundance and resources. So certain things you should not have been tripped up about. Like, just regularly thinking, like, bro, if you're gonna play and be a player, there's certain things, like, you think about a LeBron. You see he's had 20 plus years in the game because there's certain things you just don't trip over because you understand, bro, there's certain things that play, I'm not finna whatever. It's not worth it because I can do so much more. When you somebody like Diddy who has done so much and been able to the point where you've done so much more, some of this stuff you shouldn't even trip over. But you think about a Rose, you think about a Ross, you think about, like, bro, you think about a 50 Cent. There's so many people Jay-Z. Like a Jay-Z. It's like, bro, what are we even talking about? That's not even worth us tripping over because it's too much more over here for us to be doing that. What are we even doing over, bro? That ain't even enough because there's so much more. You think about the partnership with Ciroc. There was a point in time where that was the biggest thing everywhere. I don't care where you was, what you had going on, you were on Ciroc. Heavy. It was a whole thing. Just like anything else. It was polarizing. It was captivating.
I got a video of a green garbage can full of Ciroc bottles.
Bro, so you think about the opportunity to have that partnership.
You understand what a green garbage can is in Dade County?
Yes, sir.
Full of Ciroc bottles?
That's light.
That's right. That's light. No, that's what I'm saying. No.
These guys have warehouses.
These
guys
for sure.
have...
But I'm a consumer. I'm not a person that's selling. I'm a consumer.
This is direct where you go and you see...
Right.
You go overseas and you go to the vineyards and you see they have acres
grapes
and they
snap
make
grapes.
Shit.
Yeah.
So this is not the manufactured portion. This is the source. So again,
how'd you fuck that up? That's your question.
You fucked that up by not being solid right here.
Do you think? I want to move forward because we could drill on that
for sure.
But I want to get into the documentary as well.
For sure, let's go.
And this is a controversial topic that I brought up and nobody seems to want to talk about.
Let's talk about Diddy, man.
No, but it's the Diddy documentary. There was a clip that I caught, and you ever seen the Leonardo DiCaprio meme when he snaps his finger and says, "Oh"? It's a meme. So my Leonardo DiCaprio meme was, "Oh." They had a clip of Tupac when he got shot, and he got out of the hospital, and he's coming out with the shit, and they're asking him questions. They're saying, "Do you know who shot you? Do you know who shot you?" And he says, "Yeah, Diddy and Bad Boy. They're the ones that shot me. Blah blah blah. Whatever." Is that snitching in today's standards?
So let's be clear. People is ridiculous about this snitching stuff.
I want to hear it.
There's
Talk
two sides to it. Snitching is me and you are involved in something together. And I'm speaking to these people,
right,
for a lesser charge, which will implement you in
guiltiness.
No. I'm working with these people against you.
Right.
That's what snitching really is.
In your opinion.
No. That's what it is.
No, there's different opinions.
No, because the opinions are wrong.
Okay.
Snitching is we do something together, we get caught, I work with them against you for lesser on me.
So let me talk to you now. Let's
Snitching.
stay on this. So me and you are together. We robbed the bank.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
We robbed the bank together.
Yes, sir.
I robbed the bank. I'm not a bank robber, but you tell me, Willie, we can get this bag. Let's rob this bank.
You're involved in a crime.
And I'm going to get you in this. You good. All right. So we're together. Right? So we robbed the bank. Right?
Yeah.
But now you think, hey, we're going to have to kill Willie because Willie's soft.
He's a liability.
Willie's a liability. But before you do that, right? You're going to start hollering at my lady. And then you start stealing the money that you took from me. And then you try to kill me. Am I obligated to snitch on you? Or I still have to ride for you. The truth. I want the truth.
Well, the way you phrase this question is this was a person that was playing upon you to kill you in
no matter what. You was the lick.
You was the expendable person that they were gonna play into so they can use it against you and X you out.
So am I a snitch though? If I snitch on you,
so by definition, the snitch is the person who works with the officers, the judges in the court system against you.
So if you beefing with somebody and you're not working with them, they're your arch enemies, and they ask you who shot you, and you say who shot you, that's not snitching.
No.
Okay.
So again, for me, Robi Joe, I can't speak for everybody. Now, if me and you, because there's two parts to this, and let's be very clear, I'm gonna make sure I look at the camera. Okay, that ain't working. So what we're gonna do is,
don't worry about it. Just keep going.
So for me, snitching is what I'm gonna say is if we are both together on something, we get caught, and then I work with them people against you.
That's snitching.
That is snitching.
It's a wrap.
Now, if I'm a bystander, I ain't got nothing going on, I don't know you, something happens, now I got to work with these people.
Oh, I know you, but you want to kill me. Still, I don't know you because we're not friends, we're not family.
No. That doesn't make you no snitch.
Okay, I want to clarify.
It makes you a bitch.
Okay.
Because now you know for sure this ain't what you want, and you know what comes with dealing with this person and said individual.
Because let me clarify. No, we're on the same. I'm not cutting you, but I want to stay on the same. So when they asked Suge Knight in jail, if you knew who shot at you or who killed Tupac that night, he stated,
"No, I
would you snitch? Absolutely not."
Because these are people who say that, hey, I can handle this my way. Because if I handle it y'all way and work with y'all, public opinion and how I'm perceived, that's one. Number two, it becomes a big public problem when I can handle this problem individually.
So you would say that Tupac's not a snitch, but he bitched his way out on.
No. So what do you mean Tupac's not a snitch?
He's not a snitch because on the camera, on the news people, they asked him, hey, who shot you? Do you know who shot you? And he said, oh, Bad Boy and them shot me, blah, blah, blah.
So no.
He didn't snitch, but he bitched.
No. He didn't snitch.
Or bitch.
No. He didn't snitch or bitch. So the reason why you say that is because clearly he knew, or clearly the way he got to his answer was, hey, I'm over here with y'all. Something happened while I was over here with y'all. So if y'all ain't finna clean this up and get me straight, y'all have something to do with this.
That's not dry snitching?
What do you mean dry snitching?
Because you're saying, because I feel like
No. It ain't.
Suge said, I'm not saying nothing.
No. Dry snitching is when I say, Hey, Willie and the boys got that thing going on. But I'm over here trying to make sure like I'm not involved. I got nothing to do.
So he clearly said who did it.
No. He clearly showed you guys like, hey, I'm supposed to be over here with y'all. Something happened when I'm over here with y'all. And if y'all ain't got no answer about what's going on, then it really looks like it came from y'all. So if I'm coming to see you and some people run up in this building and they come hit me and y'all don't get nothing about what happened, it just was me, Willie, you know what's going on. If I come to you like, bruh, straighten me out, A, B, and C, and D, and I ain't getting nothing from you, obviously you had some involvement with this, because if you was any other way, you would be riding to the heels, fall off to straighten this, because you know you ain't had nothing to do with this. If it was just this random act of whatever, you supposed to be right there alongside with me every step of the way. But when your face is dirty, you know you can't do that. So again, these are allegations.
So it's accepted to name drop a person and their group.
It depends on the scenario and where you are in life.
So clearly there is there's no black and white definition of a snitch.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
You have traditional snitch and you got modern snitch, because now people have their own definitions and their own vernacular and all the kind of shit they use.
Right.
So I come from a different understanding of
No, I'm with you. So listen, me and you do something, and me and you do something illegal, and you snitch on me, you're a snitch.
That is
yes,
so
that's my opinion.
People originally were saying snitching comes from telling and working with them people and you against somebody else for your own benefit.
But if you kill my daughter and I can't kill you, I got to figure out, and they come to me and say, hey, we know who killed your daughter and we're going to put them away for life.
That is not snitching.
It's not, in my opinion,
because if I'm wrong and by law, it don't make no sense for me to throw my life away behind this moment. And it's the hardest thing to do, knowing that I got to go stand on a trial and do A, B, and C, and D. No, that is not snitching.
No.
It's ignorant and ridiculous for people to think that. But if I'm wrong in any kind of way, and God is in my heart and telling me, don't do this, don't go over there and return and
you did it anyway, though.
No, and you don't do it, right? And you still need to seek justice for being wrong.
Amen.
Now, no, that is not snitching. So it's ignorant to think that. That's literally why in the greatest country in the world, we have what's called a justice system because of that. Now, yes, there are loopholes. Yes, there are things that are get wrong all the time. But when you really understand, for a civilian, somebody who's not with the bullshit,
right?
This is what helps protect them. It's your constitutional right. That's what it is. But when you in the streets and operating off of ignorance, it's something totally different. So it just depends on where you are.
Scenario.
Yes.
Got you.
So real quick, let's just close this out.
Let's close it.
When it comes to snitching, the best way to answer this question on what does snitching actually mean, working with them people when you know is gonna working with them people against somebody else. If you're not in the wrong, if you're wrong and you're working with them people against somebody else,
that's a snitch.
That's a snitch.
Yeah. I believe it.
And we'll just leave it like that.
Believe it. Or let's make it more simple. If you, like your parents told you, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, baby.
Simple, baby. Don't do it.
If you could do a feature, and I would say feature meaning work with videography, work with anybody in Florida. I want to say Florida, not Miami. Right now, who would it be?
Working with somebody like what?
Videography wise. Shoot a video, and besides me with a podcast, somebody in Florida. Or inspirational video, anything video wise.
Before I would answer that question differently, but because of AI, you don't need to work with nobody.
So you wouldn't want, like, you don't look up to somebody because you're
of course Florida, of course I would love to collaborate with people. Of course I have certain people that I would love to collaborate with.
Give me a collaboration.
It's gonna be AI. The reason why I'm saying that is because, again, before, where you would have to physically be part of certain teams and do all different kind of stuff, it was one thing. But when you realize when it comes to content creation, you being a creator and mixing the creativity with the technology, there are certain apps that I pay for myself that I realize like, yo, if I can do all of
But
these
is it
different things.
illegal to
No,
do?
no,
Okay,
it's
so
not.
it's not
No.
it's not illegal to do a feature with a famous person and
No.
sell it on your platform.
No, it's not.
No, okay, no, I'm
Because
asking.
it's
I don't know.
called IP.
Okay,
So it's your intellectual property. So meaning what it used to be before, like in certain capacities, yes, I would love to work with this film director, this artist, this makeup person, like these creative teams, all the different stuff. Yes, of course. But in the space that we are in now, I would just argue that, hey, you can achieve some of these results without the crew, without this whole extensive thing, if you understand the way these tools with that AI are implementing and are available. And some of them are paid subscriptions, but bro, I literally have one of these that literally you can, I'm mind blown. I'm telling you, I'm like, bro, no, you don't need this for certain applications.
so I
You
could do a
don't need,
podcast with Big Pun right now. He's dead, and I can do a whole.
I can show you a video right now that's went viral with Tupac and Paul
No,
Walker
I know.
going on a whole
I
afternoon.
seen Sora, yeah.
So something like a Sora, there are so many of these. If you understand like how to implement this, you technically can work with whoever you want to.
That's crazy.
Without working with whoever you want to. So if you wanted to have a video with Michael Jackson, like I just saw this video with Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, and they're both looking so. I'm just like, yo.
No, I seen it, but I'm saying, are you making money?
Yes.
So I could sit and make a podcast with Big Pun right now and type it into AI and do a whole. Oh shit! Sorry.
It's all good. It's
It
all
blew
good.
my mind. Sorry,
We're gonna run
guys.
it back.
Bro, that's Big Pun telling me, no, you're not doing that. I'm dead. You're not doing that.
Because that's the limited version of you thinking. When you understand, like, hey, because you don't want to do it, it's somebody else that already created it, and that somebody else already. So when you think about the social media, you get paid for keeping people on your channel and on the app. And the more time you keep people engaged and viewed and commenting and engaging, all that good stuff is how those particular softwares or applications will pay you as a person.
So AI is taken away from ethics as well?
No.
Okay, because I would not.
They have those.
I would not disrespect Big Pun. And
those platforms have guidelines, as long as they have guidelines to protect. But it's about you as the person creating something that was otherwise impossible to fathom.
Right.
So when you understand, like, hey, I can create a video with Britney Spears and Madonna and have myself in it, and we could be right. Whatever you can imagine, you can literally prompt it and take it. Now it's your
100%.
job to see, hey, am I packaging this where I can make a sale from it, or am I just doing it for creative purposes? But again, to answer your question, who is somebody that I would like to work with, bro? AI, bro.
AI.
Because you can do it personally, professionally, as a recreational creative project, or you can 10x your business utilizing these tools and do whatever. Because again, it's up to you how you want to work it. And there are people working this system that are taking off. So all this other crap where it took you 10 people in the room to do something, nah, bro.
You told me that with cameras.
AI.
You told me that with cameras.
And that's why I'm just telling people, listen, bro.
All right, so Robbie.
Yes, sir.
Wait, let's cut AI out. Shut AI out. Let's make believe AI didn't exist.
Yes, sir.
And we're in a stage in life 20 years, 15 years ago.
Yes, sir.
If you could do a feature with somebody dead and alive, featuring, but it's hip hop, because you got all these pictures. So if you could photograph somebody dead or alive, one dead, one alive. If you could videograph one person, one dead or alive. If you rap with somebody, one dead or alive, who would they be? Stop saying AI.
If I could work with a person on the music side,
one dead and one alive.
One person dead would be, one person alive would be Lil Wayne.
Okay.
One person dead. A dead artist?
Doesn't matter.
Dang, because there's so many.
Dead producer, dead anything. I don't care who it is. You can put fucking Vincent Van Gogh on the track.
Malcolm X.
Oof. Okay.
Because aside from all this, I'm a deep thought person.
You're a deep thinker.
And the mindset of someone like that, like Malcolm X.
Okay. See, we're getting somewhere. Who would you personally like to see next on the Litty Show? You. Don't say AI. God damn it.
The next person I want to see on the Litty Show is you watching this. You that's subscribing, you that's sharing this, you that's telling a friend about a friend,
This political
you are the
motherfucker.
person I want to see next on this show. Whoever you are, wherever you are, wherever you are in your journey, I want to see you, the person that's watching this, make your way to this right here on one of these seasons, on one of these channels, on one of these days, sitting next to my brother Litty Willie.
There you
That's
go.
who I want to see.
There you go. Non-political fast answer. Give
Oh,
me
shit.
one word answer. How do you think we can improve our show, or what should we fix?
Eat some ass on camera.
There you go. Okay, next. What has been the hardest thing you ever forgave yourself for?
Procrastination.
Okay. Was there a failure that you can actually say that defined you and made you better?
Yes, of course.
Which one?
Procrastination.
Procrastination again. How do you process pain and heartbreak? Procrastination.
Smoke a blunt, drink some liquor.
You don't do none of that no more, so answer correctly.
Faith with God.
There you go. Amen. What's a belief or mindset you completely had to unlearn to grow?
That I'm something without God.
Okay. If you could talk to 15-year-old Robi Joe, what would be one piece of advice you would give him?
Procrastination is like masturbation. In the end, you're only jerking yourself.
Woo! I like that one. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a fucking good one. Did you make that or you stole it? Don't lie.
No. So a long time ago, when I was in a different,
I like that one.
When I was in a different space, I used to work at this water plant, and they used to have the Marine. Was it the Marines? But they used to, I forgot which.
Coast Guard? Navy?
No. I believe it was Marines, or
Okay.
it was some government contract. But those were the guys who were actually there
Checking it.
That was security there, and he told me that.
I
never forget that gentleman told me that, and when he said it to me, I was like, God damn.
What is it? Procrastination is like masturbation.
In the end, you're only jerking yourself.
Fuck, that's gems, bro.
Yeah.
That's gems. Have you ever felt like quitting? And if you did, what was the motivation for you to keep going?
Every day I feel like quitting, and the motivation is what I haven't done, what I haven't seen, the places I haven't been, the places that I haven't, the spaces that I haven't walked in.
If you got a message for any creative that's watching right now, what message would you give them?
If I had a message, because I do have a message, let me say it to you like this. The Creator allows us to be creatives. This life that you live in, that you see, is what you make of it. So the better you think, the better you can create, and you can create anything you want to. Lifestyle, financials, emotional, mindset, whatever you want, you can create it. Now you need the work and the discipline to see it come to life, but it's up to you to give it to yourself what you believe you deserve.
Amen. And Robbie, last question before we close out. A message to the youth.
Live, laugh, love.
Easy. You can get that from TJ Maxx.
Nah,
Walmart.
but the difference is to y'all young people live. Like I get live. It's cool to be 60, 70. Live your life. It's more than whatever you got, what you thinking in the moment. Live beyond that. Like there's so much more. Y'all young people is getting to it. So live. Amen. Laugh. Like, bro, let all that pressure, all that pain, like life is gonna hit you with all that. Laugh when you can. Love. Like the love needs to be the source of what you got going on. Like genuine love for each other, for yourself. Live, laugh, love. It sounds like a cliche. You sound like you can go get it somewhere at one of them stores on one of them plaques or whatever, but it's some simple thought that can keep you grounded and keep you going. Live, laugh, love yourself.
Ain't no reset button in life.
Yes, there is.
Oh, we're going to heaven, but I'm talking about this life that we live. There's only one of these.
No, sir, you got it wrong. You
Wait.
can reset your life every single day.
Oh, you can restart you, but your life, there's only one life God gives you.
No.
You can reset you.
When you think about your life, you think about it in a day. Because you only get to live one day at a time.
No, I'm talking about your legacy. I'm talking about you in particular, your
Right.
soul.
So
You can't reset your soul.
Yes, you can.
You can't be.
Yes, you
listen,
can. You can be whatever you want to be because whatever you believe is whoever you are. And that's how
That's
you
a fact.
achieve. So if you say today I'm no longer drinking, today I'm gonna shave my head and I'm gonna walk this line.
Okay,
and do this whole thing.
let me make it better.
So
Make it
tighten
easier
up.
for you.
Go ahead.
You can't die and come back alive.
Yes, you can.
Oh
You
shit.
can die to yourself every single day.
Oh man.
So how do you say no to who you used to be?
In the physical form, you cannot
Yes,
die
you
and
can.
come. Oh,
You have to. So when you go in the biblical
Robi
sense,
Joe got the
in
gems.
the biblical sense, you have to die to your flesh so you can move forward. You have to learn to surrender and submit to a higher power. You have to die to the old version of you that used to accept and say yes to A, B, and C, and D. So every single day, parts of you die because it's no longer useful to your progression. So what you used to do, getting sloppy, getting drunk, doing all these different things, you have died to that version of Willie that was acceptable. So this is more of a principle thought, not a physical thought.
So you have one chance of life. You have multiple chances in life.
We cats, ain't we? We got multiple lives, bro.
My brother.
So you have your professional life, you got your personal life, you got your entertainment life. Well, how many lives do you live?
I live under this mentality of you have one shot, and every day you got to make sure that shot is your best shot. You got to do your best.
Okay, that's cool. I dig that.
Like you got to do your best, and I try to teach these young cats like, when you're dead, you're dead.
Oh,
you can't come back from death, my brother.
Oh,
they can come back from an old you, but you can't come back from death. You died, bro. There's no multiple lives. There's no reason. It's not a video game, bro. There's no gulag. You know what gulag is? And Call of Duty, you go to it, it's like purgatory. Then listen, bro.
I never played Call of Duty.
You're dead, you're dead. Stop playing with life. Life is beautiful and you got one life. Robbie, I wanted you to close out. Where can the people find you, your videography, your cinematography, your pictures, your photos, your life lessons, your everything? Where can they find Robi Joe and the Robi Joe experience?
At your mama house.
God damn it. And y'all thought I was the fucking joke. Y'all thought I couldn't take shit seriously.
You can find me at your mama house. Because I'm... all right, let me stop.
If I find you at my mama's house, we're not friends no more. We're not brothers no more. Motherfucker. Look, the shots are kicking in on Robi Joe. Where can the people find Robi Joe? Because listen, we about to get kicked out. Willie's watching on this camera right now. Shout out to Lee Styles Barbershop.
Depending on the time of day, you can find me at your mama house. Okay, let me stop playing. All right. So, for all of you guys who are interested in learning more about the Robi Joe experience and what I got to offer, you could definitely come to one of the sites that I have. You can find me on social media. Find me on social media at Robi Joe. Instagram, that's robi.joe.305. You guys can definitely visit one of my sites. We have the Robi Joe experience. We have robijoe.net. We have Energy Academy. We also have the Stand Store where some of these different digital products are being sold, and you guys can get, in the community with the workshops and the presentations and the seminars. You can find me a phone call away. My number is still the same number. I haven't made it there yet, so we are still operating the same way. So you can find me if you got my number already. But long story short, the best place to find your boy is on the Litty Show with my brother.
My name is Litty Willie. I want to close out by saying thank you, Robi Joe.
For sure, you're
welcome. Thank you for everything you've done for the community. Thank you for everything you've done for my show. Thank you for everything you've done for me as a brother. Thank you for just being the great man you are. We don't have nothing else to say besides the fucking vibes.
Who calling that fucking vibe, yo?
And we out in Creole.
That was Quenglish. Cool.